It was important to start with this song. I have loved you for 1,000 years. And this one? Okay, all my friends are heathens, take it slow. Do you know it? You don't know half of the abuse. This one is afraid to allow anyone close because of what they've been through in their life. I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all who celebrate. And this goes out to anyone and everyone who has ever shown the loving, mothering, nurturing, divine feminine energy to any person, animal, regardless of race, species, whatever. As the songs were just showing you, there is someone that's loved you forever, and that's your father, no matter what you've been through. But you know, some of these people have never ever known love. They don't understand it. This one, please don't get so close. That one was trying to push everyone away because they have been through such abuse in their life that they don't know how to allow love in. So to any of you and all of us who have dedicated our lives to showing love to others, the ones of us who recognize that love is the only thing that truly will heal anything. Love has to be there. Love has to be present. To the ones who have chosen to make it their field, to rescue animals and work with, you know, as big brothers and big sisters, who have chosen to, I'm getting my chia water in case you're wondering why I'm walking around. I mean, there are people that do things that I could never do. There are people that will adopt and take in, will foster. They will foster dying children and dying animals so that their last part of their life is spent with someone that is showing them finally unconditional love, something they've probably not known their entire life. And we're talking about people who, I'm not talking about babies and, you know, toddlers. I'm talking about teenagers and young adults and even adults, because we all have an inner child within us. And it's important that we understand that we are loved, period. Whether you have had somebody come to take you in, your father loves you, your angels love you, you are loved, and you've been loved forever. You were loved before you were created. Your father knew every hair on your head, everything about you as you were being created. And that was out of love. Not to send you down here to be tortured. Sometimes it might feel like that. We have lessons that we have to go through, and sometimes they're brutal. But we have to remember that there is love. And we're here to understand that and learn about that. And when we have gone through difficult things ourselves, it shows us how to be compassionate and loving and forgiving and understanding of others. Understand their prickliness and why they push us away and why they might be difficult. The ones who take in foster kids who have been nothing but trouble to anybody. You know, there was a story that I've shared it several times on my Facebook page, and it was about this, I don't know if it was a guy or a girl. It doesn't matter because I think it's gone both ways. And this one had been thrown out of one foster home after another and had done horrible things. And I think it was a man that took this one in. And they continue to do these things. And I think they got called by the school. And the kid was waiting, you know, to hear, we're sending you back, you know, because everyone had sent this child back. Nobody wanted to keep this child. And he sat down in front of the foster parent. I think it was a mother and father. It was a foster parents, complete, both of them. And they sat there with the child and with this obstinate, arrogant, angry child. And it wasn't a young child. It was, you know, it was an older teen, I'm pretty certain. And waiting to hear, you know, he's like, oh, okay. Or she was like, okay, I'm ready to hear it. You know, you're going to send me back. Great. Just like everyone else, you know, because, you know, why would I open myself up? I know that's what's going to happen. That's what's always happened. And this could happen in the form of other people too. That's why I'm saying sometimes people aren't able to allow love in. They don't know how. They've never been shown, and the only way that they can handle their life is by protecting themselves. So, you know, I'll hurt you before you can hurt me. The whole scenario. And yes, we're here to learn. But as that one sat with their foster parents, ready to be kicked to the curb again, what they got gets to me every time, was, you can fight us, and you can hate us, and you can yell, and you can run away, and you can do every rotten thing that you can possibly think of, and we will not stop loving you, and we will never give up on you, ever. So you go ahead, and you swear, and you scream, and you slam the door, and run away, and cause trouble, but you will always have us here, always. And that completely changed that person's life. And that is not a fake story, it's a true story. In my dream about the one where the family walked away because the boy had no emotion, he was frozen, he turned into wood. And they said, there's no point. And I said, you're wrong, and I kept pouring Reiki healing and love into this individual. And remember, flashes of light would come in his eyes. You would see a little bit of flash of blue in the eye, and then it would go away, and they walked away, and I would not stop. Never give up on the ones you love. Never, ever, ever, until they're dead and they're free and back in spirit. Never give up on the ones you love. It doesn't mean that you have to suffer abuse. Doesn't mean that you're going to be even in the toxic energy if they're really, really toxic to your family, but the love remains. Never give up on the ones that you love. Okay, so I understood. I was told, I know you guys are all enjoying the multiple choice readings, and yet I was told, where are my glasses? Oh, they're on top of my head. Isn't that funny? Where is it? As you're running through the house for your keys and they're in your hand. Huh. That yesterday's reading they didn't understand, that it was confusing. And I know I got some of my words a little messed up, but I explained it, so I'll do it a little bit more carefully today so that maybe it will be less confusing. It gets confusing to me too. So, the multiple choice. If you choose, I'm not saying that we are all going to do this. If you choose to do this by zodiac sign, that's your choice. The first pile will be the air signs. The second pile will be the fire signs. The third pile will be the earth signs. And the last pile will be the water signs. Okay? There you go. If you choose to do what is this person thinking? Or what does this person want me to know for the first one? And what do you want them to know? Or what do you, whatever. You can do whatever you choose for it to be. You can choose for a pile to be different people. Right? This is my mom, this is my daughter, this is my husband, this is my wife, whatever. You choose. I'm not going to make your choice for you. But when I speak, I'll be speaking about what it is for me. Okay? I hope that's less confusing. Because Spirit knows what we're thinking about, right? Spirit knows which pile you're going to be drawn to for what reason. So you make your intention. And you make your intention now. You could even do something like for the first two cards, this is going to be happening for the first part of the week, and this is going to be happening at the second part of the week. Or what do they think, what do I think, and what's coming and what is our advice. Whatever it is that you choose to do. So I don't know if this makes it more difficult for you. I would think that you should be able to make your own choices. We have free will. I'm not telling you what to do and what to think. This is a message between you and Spirit. And I'm not quite certain how I'm going to do our weekly reading. I might do it the same way. I probably will. And that way we have four. I'll probably have 4 cards. But this way, for our weekly reading, I'll probably go more in depth with each card, which is today. So I'm going to go get one more deck because I have 4 decks in front of me. Do I have 4? Oh, I do. But I want to see if I want to choose a different one. So the first thing, as I'm over here, the first thing that comes to mind for me is patience. Please have patience if you are dealing with an emotional situation. And the truth of the matter is, you may not know the truth of why somebody is behaving the way that they are. You don't know, like that song, you don't know half of the abuse.
This is a movie theater. Check this out. And they wonder why there's so many people with DUIs in California.
Well, that was another thing. My gosh, my daughter and I went to go see Do You Feel Pretty? Or I Feel Pretty. It was actually pretty funny. And she's like, we got to go to this Edwards Theater or wherever it was. I can't remember what it was, reading theater in Murrieta. And we go there and they had really cool reclining chairs, like amazing, like my Lazy Boy chairs. And the bathrooms were like a nightclub. It was a trip. I've been to a nightclub in Los Angeles and the bathrooms look like that. And I'm like, what? This is a theater? And, but they had a full bar. And I'm talking hard. It was all hard alcohol that you could buy. And I thought, you know what? I'm sorry. Why is this country glorifying alcoholism? I'm sorry. I don't care. It's wrong. You want to offer people alcohol and then have them get into their car and drive? You know, it's a 2-drink limit. My mom had 1 glass of wine and she was buzzed. You don't know how, I think it's awful. Now, I drove and I got one for my daughter. I will never, ever again in my life. I've been very open about the fact that I've had 2 DUIs. One I deserved, absolutely. The other one was just ignorance, because, which I deserved because I was ignorant. So ignorance is no excuse, and I get it. I'm not making excuses. But I had basically just a sip, and the person that was with me was hammered, and I had to drive him home, and I got the DUI. So, no, never, never, never. Well, you don't ever offer me alcohol. I don't even like the taste of it anyway. So, I just think it's ridiculous. Like, I really do. It's awful. And you're teaching, and also, they're offering it at Target so that you can drink while you're shopping. Okay, are you that much of an alcoholic that you can't even go grocery shopping or to the, shopping for a bra and underwear without getting hammered? And I don't care if it's just a drink. That's what keeps alcoholism going. It's awful. This is a way for them to make money on DUIs. I swear to God. Why is my phone dark? Don't like when that happens. It's doing it again. Ugh. I hope it lightens up. All right. Here we go. So, one of the cards we're going to work with the animal messengers, the power animal decks. As I said, first pile, air signs. Second pile, I don't even know what I said. What did I say? Whatever I said in the beginning, I'm not going to repeat myself because you guys know what I said. Pay attention. I have too much to think about. This is where we work as a team. I'm doing my job, you do yours. All you have to do is keep track of what you want to do. What does that person want me to know? What is it that I want them to know? What is it that Spirit wants us to know? And what is the coming in the next week? That's how I'm going to do it. Okay? What do they want us to know? What do we want them to know? What does Spirit want them to know? And what's coming in the next week? Watch me not even remember that I said that. What do they want us to know? What do we want them to know? What does Spirit want us to know? And what's coming in the next week? Okay. I'm going to continue to say that so I remember it for me. What do they want us to know? Oh, wait. Did I shuffle this deck? No. Hold on. Correct for neutrality. On all levels. As I said, you choose, Maybe I'll do it less confusing the next time. I'll just do 2 people's spirit, and the first 2 are for you, first 2 for the other, or whatever, Okay. What do they want us to know? What do we want them to know? What does Spirit want us to know? And what's coming in the next week? Which deck do I want? This one. Okay. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. I tried to get a collage of all of my, of my cats and dog, and my family and my dog, to make a collage up for my profile picture. It's kind of fun to look back. I found all my cool albums after I did it, so there's like so many other cool pictures, but how do you put a lifetime together in one photo, right? All right. What do they want us to know? What do we want them to know? What does Spirit want us to know? What's coming in the next week? Geez, I'm giving you guys a lot. I think I'm going to skip this last deck over here because I just got too much going here. Too much. All right. So, for the first deck, let me move these over to the side. Hope you guys are doing well. I love the weather today. It's overcast and cool like it was yesterday, which is just the freaking bomb for me. My favorite. Alrighty, here we go. And it is dark, and I don't know why, and I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it at this time. So this is what they want us to know, or whatever you chose. They want us to know that we need to love ourselves as we are. They want us to not worry. This is a perfect one to come out after the movie that I watched last night. This is about, you know, not worrying about fitting in, not worrying about what other people think of you. Stirring my chia water. About loving every aspect of yourself. The movie was all about this person who didn't feel that her life was going to be worth a shit because she wasn't beautiful like all the other ones. She wasn't accepted. All she wanted was to be beautiful. You know, and there are some people that all they want is to be accepted by, you know, the cool kids. And that is not just for young people. This goes straight all the way through your adult life. You know? I'm not as smart as my brothers and sisters. I have, you know, clients that are grandparents that have self-esteem issues because, you know, my sister's a lawyer and my brother is a doctor, and she goes, and I'm not anything, and I'm like, you are amazing because you are a loving, giving, generous soul. You know, her sister could be a cold ass bitch, and the brother could be an arrogant asshole, but you are full of love and gentleness. So you are to love yourself as you are. You're way too hard on yourself. That's what they want you to know. And it's good to have high standards. I have high standards. Absolutely, I have high standards. But I have had high standards in the ways of morals and integrity and honor and love. And the seeking of truth. That's great. And also, for you to have high standards for yourself. I do too. I expect more of myself, so I work on myself. But I don't sit in the room and beat myself up. I have my whole life. Oh, I have. And I even sat there in my room. And last night, my daughter was saying something to me, and I thought, you know what? I caught myself a few times. So this is something we all have to work on. We all have to work on this. We are not perfect, and we never will be in the eyes of, in fleshly eyes. But in the eyes of God, we are all perfect, just as we are. We were created this way, and there's nothing wrong with us. I'm looking at this right now, and it's because it's so dark, I realize, but imagine that little girl sitting there, and she's only got one arm. Does that mean she's not as beautiful as you? She's lost her leg in an accident. Her skin's got pock marks. She's got fat on her. She doesn't have a high school education. She's got a learning disability. She stutters. Whatever. That does not, when you point that out, that makes you a person who judges another, which means you don't love yourself. So when we have an issue with other people and we judge them, we are the ones that are lacking love. I want to share with you, this is an excellent time to share it. There's another light worker. Actually, she's a psychic, an intuitive, a spiritual person. She's not generally promoted herself as a teacher, but she is. And she posted the most amazing video last night. Her name is Veronica Ray. She's a riot. She's very accurate. And she posted gaslighting, narcissist, abuse, and post-traumatic stress. I shared it on both my Angels Whisper page and my private page. Please listen. This is Veronica Ray. I think she's great. She's a gifted being, and what she is sharing here is so important to listen to. Please listen. Wow. I'm so grateful she is, as clear as she is in bringing this to light, because too many empathic people are simply fucked over by narcissists, by friends, family, and I'm doing it through air quotes, friends, family, boyfriends, girlfriends, when in fact they are straight up sick, low vibrational sleepwalkers walking. In order to rob you of your self-confidence and sense of self-worth, do not enable them to turn you into their victim. They are the weak ones, not you. All you need is one person to hear you, one on your side, so that you can remember who you are. And right now, it's me. I'm telling you. And Veronica said, and right now, it's me. I'm here. And right now, it's always Spirit to tell you, you are a highly spiritual being. You are no lower than they. They are lower than you because you are awakened. You have love in you. Their greatest fear is that you'll figure out what is their insecurity that compels them to feed off of kind, decent, loving, giving people. You are not crazy. No, you're not. They are. You are only depressed with issues because you're in their toxic energy. As soon as you are able to free yourself from them, you begin to heal, as they are your trigger. Please watch this video. It's amazing. It's amazing. So see yourself through the eyes of God. See yourself through an unfiltered lens, through a clear lens. That there's nothing that you've said or done that would ever change the fact that you are loved by your Father. That's what religion preaches, that you have to go to confession. You're going to go to hell. Fuck that. That's wrong. If you continue to be and choose to do evil things, that's a different story. But you stop and you start moving forward and you try to be all is expected of you. It's just like any parent. All we want for you to do is your best. Do the best that you can do. And you know what that is. You know when you're acting like an asshole. You know when you're being a bitch. You know when you're sloughing off. You know when you're taking advantage. You know when you're playing the game. We're talking straight up honest. Spirit sees past our mistakes. And sometimes we do make mistakes. Sometimes we do things that we at the time think are right, and later we find out, wow. But we are loved unconditionally. So we need to love ourselves this way as well. Sorry, we got to clear that shit out, right? Clear it away. Okay. What do you want us to know? Because that's what they want you to know. They want you to know. You want them to know? Something wonderful and magical is about to happen. There's about to be a transformation. That one's coming up out of that lotus flower. And do you know that the lotus flowers, I'm so sorry it's so dark. I must have hit like the light button. Oh, I did. You know what? When I was in the movie theater and I didn't change it. I'm so sorry. It was me. But I don't want to stop this video. The lotus, it comes up through the mud. It struggles its way up to the light. It comes out of dirty conditions to bloom the most beautiful of flowers. So here, no matter what has happened, there's a full transformation happening. Something beautiful, something wonderful and magical. Yay, 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 yay. We all take this, right? So be excited. Get ready to celebrate. And be thankful, be grateful. Stay in a place of gratitude and happy expectation. And even if you have had delays or pushbacks or you've hit walls, there was a reason for it. You may not understand it yet, but there was. And something wonderful is about to happen because of either something that you've gone through, some kind of experience that you've gone through or contact that you've had with somebody. And you probably didn't realize. You may not have realized what you have done, because a lot of times, I think of the squirrel totem, they gather hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, millions of nuts in their lives. And they only find 10% of the ones that they've stored. They're dropped along the way. They're very, very busy doing their work. And the ones that are dropped along the way, they have no idea that they've fed families and they've had trees grow. And this is the same with people who are doing kind things and doing wonderful works. You live your life this way. You live your life from a place of love and giving. That's just who you are. You have no idea how many people you touch. So it's coming from something like, it could come from something like this. And like I said, it was meaningless to you. You didn't even realize. You had no clue. So this is the angel of joyfulness, and she's coming here to tell you that you do deserve what it is that you're asking for and what your heart has been longing for. And you are, as the butterfly shows, on the verge of this magical transformation that's happening. So stay in a state of happiness and joy. Hold yourself there. And with the card that we got first, in a place of self-love. A lot of times people think they don't deserve it, right? I'm not worthy. Or I can't do it because of this. But we do deserve it. We all deserve love. We all deserve to be happy. We all deserve to have love in our lives. We all deserve to be successful, healthy, and peaceful. So once you start recognizing this in yourself and start accepting that into yourself and into your life, you'll experience it more frequently. But something good's coming. Yay! What does Spirit want us to know? Wants us both to know. Keep an open mind. Because your soulmate may differ from what you are expecting or from what you have been used to. Sometimes, we're raised to believe that this is what a relationship looks like. Husband's supposed to be doing this. Wife's supposed to be doing this. You may be raised like I was in a situation where men are the head of the household and women are in subjection, which pretty much came down to submission. And so a strong, outgoing, leading woman was frowned upon. And a man that would stay home and be a house husband and take care of the kids, that was seen as someone weak. Nowadays, we know way better. You may have a working job, and the one may stay at home and be the nurturing one. Or maybe you've always had this type and this isn't your type. Or maybe you know, who knows what it is, that they would just want you to keep your mind open. Maybe it's a friend and you didn't realize that, wow, it was you all along. And maybe, like I said, you've already met this one and you didn't recognize that it was them. All this time you were there in front of me and I didn't even see it. So Spirit wants you to take a step back. Open your heart, open your mind, and allow yourself to experience. And you know what? Just experience friendship. Friendship is the best. That's where it starts. That's the healthiest of relationships. Friendship. See these ones getting to know each other? He doesn't look like he's very open, right? And look at them. La 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 la. But you know what? Remember what we said about that one? Yeah, well, he seems like a real asshole. Seems like a very arrogant and very mean. Or she seems to be like she's so stuck up and boring. What a prude. She thinks she's better than everyone else. Wrong. Wrong. You don't know what this one's been through. You don't know the abuse that this one has been through. They've been cold to you. They haven't opened themselves up. They have a hard time expressing themselves. Remember, please take it slow. You don't know half of the abuse. These ones may be presenting themselves talky, but inside are incredibly lonely. You have no idea what's going on inside another person's mind or what they've experienced in their life. So keep your mind and heart open. And you know what? If it doesn't end up being, because a soulmate doesn't end up having to be lovers. This isn't about lovers. A soulmate is a friend, is a family member, is a teacher, a workmate. Soulmate is just a connection, a spiritual connection that's drawing you together for lessons. And yes, for love and friendship. So keep an open heart and mind. And what's coming in the next week? Joy. We just got that. And the hummingbird. Remember yesterday, as a hummingbird mother, I take care of the hummingbirds. I'm so sorry. This is so dark. I changed the water in the nectar, and I cleaned it out very, very carefully because, you know, bacteria grows in their water. Same as animal bowls, you guys. Don't ever feed a cat or dog out of a plastic dish. I don't know if you guys know this, but the bowl itself will start growing bacteria. Even if you wash it, it gets in the plastic. You want glass or glazed ceramic. So I scrubbed that out and I gave them new nectar. And the hummingbird is going to be joyful and happy because the hummingbird says, lighten up. Keep it happy. Even if it's a gray day and that's not something fun for you. Find something fun to do. I'm so sorry, this is so dark. Hummingbird says you will accomplish what might seem impossible to yourself and others. So be persistent. Now remember, yesterday the hummingbird was sitting on the wire. The hummingbird was supposed to just relax and chill out. That's what the message for the hummingbird is. So Spirit wants us to pay attention to all of these messages. Don't take life so seriously. It isn't as tragic as you're thinking. And even if the events in your life have been, don't hold on to that energy because you're feeding that energy. You want to do what you can to lighten up the energy and make things, look for something that makes you happy because life is meant to be enjoyed. It is not meant to be a punishment. So have a good time, whatever it is that you're doing. I love my work. That's one thing. If you hate your job, you ought to rethink it because I love my work. I worked for 20 years as a hairstylist and I had great friends, but I never really liked doing hair. I love my work. And it was scary switching jobs. It was terrifying, but Spirit pushed me. So whatever it is that you're doing, make sure you're having fun. If you're eating, make it fun. Enjoy what you eat, Enjoy it. Don't just use fuel as blah. I had a friend in Wisconsin and he was shoveling something down and he said, I don't really even enjoy food. I don't think about it. It's just fuel to me. And I thought, that's a bummer. That's one of my favorite things. And as a vegetarian, it started getting strange for me because there was a lot of things that I felt that I couldn't enjoy. Well, now I've experienced new things that I didn't know before, like chia seeds that I'm in love with. So whatever you're doing, enjoy your meals. Don't sit down. That's why people have a lot of weight on them. They plow through the food and they shove it down. Eat your meals slowly. Your body will fill up quicker and you will enjoy it. And when your body's enjoying what you're doing, it appreciates it and it helps you. It works for you. And even resting. Have nice clean sheets. Nice fluffy pillow. If you're going to spend money on something, spend it on your sheets and your pillow and your bed. You spend half of your life there at least. It's important. And if you're out with friends, make sure that these are people that you really truly want to be around. That these are people that are uplifting you, that they lighten your energy. They bring you happiness. Don't choose to be around a toxic environment just because you feel obligated or because it's where I've always been. This is who I grew up with. Well, it's time to change. Yes, there are sad things that happen and you lose things in your life. And yes, you have to allow yourself to feel your emotions and allow the tears to fall and cleanse whatever it is that you're carrying. But you have to move past that. You can't stay in that place. You have to remember the good times. You've got to pull from the negative and find the good. Hold on to that. There's a reason that when people die, you don't really remember the bad things. You focus on the good things because that's where we're supposed to focus anyway. We don't have a lot of time on this planet. Life goes by really quick. My life's half over. It's half over. And I don't plan on wasting it being miserable and being around toxic energy and not enjoying my food and not having fun and not looking for the beauty and appreciating it around me. So make every moment count. There is so much to look forward to. There's so much to look at and enjoy. We have so many senses and we want all of them to be highlighted. So that's what Spirit says is coming in the next week. Maybe we're going to work on that. But we definitely are having joy come into our lives. Okay. I did that wrong, didn't I? Did I? No, that was for the first person. Okay. So the next. So the next grouping of people. If you do it that way. Or you could do all the first cards for the first person, right? What do they want you to know? What do you want them to know? What does Spirit want you to know? So yes, I made it confusing again. So sorry. That's all the first person, I guess. So this will be the second person. Or however you did it. We'll do it any way you want. Study. It's time to study. It's time to look into something. It's time to, maybe you've got a project that you are working on that you aren't very familiar with. You've got a new, you're thinking about a new field, a new career. Maybe that's what it is. So you got to study. Or Spirit's asking you to study your spiritual work. Focus on what's important to you. Or it could be that you are engaged in study right now, or someone else is. We're learning. Look at the rainbow after the storm. I can't help but notice that. The storm clouds, the sun's coming out in the rainbow. That's good. That's good. So Spirit is asking you to listen, learn, pay attention to what's going on around you, because this is an important time for you. You might be feeling this is the time to enroll in some kind of a class, in some kind of a, whatever it is, course, class, schooling. Maybe you're going to go back to school for something. Or maybe what the focus is this is a really important learning time of your life. Like right now, as you're awakening, you're picking up all kinds of esoteric information. So you don't want to be anxious about it. Because when we study, sometimes we freak out. Oh my God, I've got a test to take. Positive energy. You're capable of retaining knowledge. Use your crystals to help you. There's certain crystals that help you with studying, with retaining information, with understanding, with computing things. Don't rush. Spirit doesn't want you to rush. And if you are learning spiritually, don't rush your gifts. They come when they're ready to come. Practice makes perfect. Stay focused on the present moment. I wish I could remember what I said. How interesting that I've so confused myself. They want you to know what we want you to know. So this is what we want you to know. Or air sign, or whatever sign you picked. The artist within you is about to emerge. Well, we just got that there was some kind of a project, or there might be schooling that was going on. So there's artistic, but this is also, look at, to me, I see the ancestors because of the Indian war paint and then the highlighting energy. So the God of the arts is within you and it's about to emerge. You're going to want to express yourself in some way. You're going to feel the need, the drive to do this. And that expression is going to lead you to opportunities. It might be for work. It might be to meet people, right? A new group of friends. And, you know, when I work, thoughts, you know, as I told you, when I do any of my work, my crystal work, when I work on, you know, doing the crystal clusters, and when I work on my avian crystal cones, or when I work on my pet collars, it's not something that I'm studying as I'm doing it. I'm not really thinking on anything else. I'm just focusing on that. And that's when I get these amazing ideas and thoughts and epiphanies come to me. So this is something that will happen when you are expressing yourself creatively. It's also showing you who you are. And you want to be who you are. You want to be authentically you, not copying other people. So many people that are copycats. You know, you want to be you. You want to be unique. This is about you, being true to yourself. This is about expressing yourself without fear of being judged by others, without other people telling you what you can or cannot do. Sometimes the creative artist comes with the way you dress, the way you do your hair, the way you express how you feel. And they want you to remember the inner child within. Maybe you didn't get a chance to express yourself when you were little because you came from a rotten place. You were to be seen and not heard. You didn't have any money. It was abusive. It was a frightening place. Who knows what happened when you were a kid? But you still have the inner child within you that wants to express itself now, or maybe you had to conform. But now you don't. So you can express yourself any way you want. The way you sing, the way you dance, the way you play your musical instruments. You can create woodwork. You can write. You can create jewelry. You can create crystal clusters. You can do pet jewelry. You can garden. You can build. Whatever it is. The opportunities are endless. They're in front of you. God, what did I say? What they want you to know, what you want them to know, and what Spirit wants you to know, and what's coming. Right? So this is the last pile of what you want them to know. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. And that's the truth. That is the truth. If you're a ray of sunshine, you draw everyone to you. That's what the movie was last night. It was really cool because when she thought she was beautiful, she went out like a big. She had nothing that would stop her. That song. I wish someone would have told me, babe, that someday these would have been the good old days. One day I would look back and those were the good old days, right? I wish I had put that bottle back on that shelf. I wish I had asked that girl out. I wish I hadn't spent so much time worrying about what other people thought and done what I wanted. Well, she got her head smacked and all of a sudden she saw herself as beautiful. And for her, she was already funny. She was already talented. She already was filled with ideas and she had friends that loved her. But she so badly wanted to fit into somewhere that she felt that she needed to be to belong. And so once she became beautiful in her own mind, she was unstoppable. And the places that she feared to go, she had no fear. And she helped so many people around her. So and then at the end, she recognized, I'm going to, spoiler alert, if you don't want to know, tune this part out. At the end, she recognized that she had been the same person all along. And then she realized, wow, what if we grew up, when people told us we couldn't do it, we said, yes, I can. I can do anything I set my mind to. What if when somebody said in the playground, and they pushed you down and they told you were fat, and you said, I'm exactly the way I'm meant to be. Or, you're not pretty. Yes, I am. I got great hair. I got great eyes. I got an amazing smile. I've got a great personality. And you're not a nice person. And I don't take that on. But when you're little, and when you're young, and when you're a teenager, and when you're in a family of a narcissist parent, and they're constantly critiquing you and constantly telling you you never will meet up, or you got a brother who's saying you're a weirdo, or whatever it is, whether you choose to not believe it, you start taking on the beliefs of this. And it stunts your growth. So recognize you can do anything you set your mind to. I sat there in the movie and I thought about that. And I thought about how I do this for myself when I'm feeling sad or when I'm feeling down or when I'm feeling hopeless. I start with positive affirmations and they are powerful. And that's what she did. She stood on the platform and she was like a coach, just like I do. And she said, you can do anything you set your mind to. You are not limited by anything except for your belief. So you set this beautiful, attractive energy out. Enjoy yourself. Laugh. Express yourself as you are. You know what? You won't draw that snotty crowd to you. You're going to draw the people to you who see you for who you are. Your true friends. And that's what she found out in the movie. They pushed her away and said, you know what? Get away from me. I don't want anything to do with you. Who are you? I don't even know who you are. And in the end, she came back and they're like, no. I don't care that you're wearing a $500 vest. I don't care that you're driving the hottest BMW on the planet. I don't care about that. I cared about you. I loved you and I saw you for who you were before I knew anything about that, before you went and decided you needed to be that. There's a song by Avril Lavigne. Why do you have to make things so complicated? I'm going to share it. Yes, I am. Complicated. Lyrics. Avril Lavigne. She's Canadian. I'm going to clear that shit out. Wow. Okay, life's like this. This is the way it is. Chill out. What are you yelling for? Lay back. It's all been done before. And if you could only let it be, you will see. I like you the way you are. When we're driving in your car and you're talking to me one-on-one, but you've become somebody else around everyone else. You're watching your back like you can't relax. You're trying to be cool. You look like a fool to me. Why do you have to go and make things so complicated? I see the way you're acting like you're somebody else. Gets me frustrated. Life's like this. You fall and you crawl and you break, and you take what you get and you turn it into honesty. You promised me I'm never going to find you fake it. You come over unannounced, dressed up like you're something else, where you ain't where it's at. You see, you're making me laugh when you strike your pose. Take off your preppy clothes, your fancy clothes, and know you're not fooling anyone when you become somebody else around everybody else. Watching your back like you can't relax, trying to be cool. That's when you look like a fool. Why do you have to make things so complicated? I see the way you're acting like you're somebody else, and it gets me frustrated. Life's like this. You fall, you crawl, you break, and you take what you get and you turn it into honesty. Don't go faking it. I like you the way you are. So you be who you are, as you are, and you attract to you who's meant to be in your life. You don't want the fakers. You don't want the posers. You don't want the plastic society. Be happy. Be joyful. Express yourself in a positive way. Don't push to find somebody. Let that energy draw to you what's meant to be for you. Stop worrying that you're not going to get what you're after. Because that worry attracts that energy. You're going to attract a worried person. So get out there and smell the roses. As I said, there's a lot to be grateful for. There's a lot to be happy about. And start doing the positive affirmations and start doing the visualizations. See yourself where you want to be in the forest. You know what? Even physicality. See your body beautiful. My legs are strong and firm. You can't just sit in a chair and eat everything in sight and expect that to happen. But as you're working out, as you're taking care of yourself, tell your body, my body's beautiful. It's strong, it's healthy. And I'm going to work with you if you work with me. But if you beat your body up, it's just like a child, your inner child that you're beating up. They beat you up, they beat you up, they beat you up, and you're a broken person. Well, how do you think your body's going to work for you if you beat it up? You tell your body it's beautiful. You get out there and do this with everything. Visualize. Visualize the perfect, loving partnership. See yourselves. I have that vision in my head of us hiking. And we're laughing. And even when I'm being stubborn and I feel like I can do it myself and I slip, his hand comes back to help me and he laughs at me. Stop being so stubborn, you goofball. Come on. I see that day. It's beautiful. I see the water. We're crossing over a stream. I can smell the forest. I can smell it. I'm with the love of my life and it's the most amazing thing. I will have that. I see that. So take care of yourself. Mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Please don't neglect the spiritual. Stay on your spiritual path and allow the law of attraction to draw to you what it is that you deserve. This reading is long. They want you to know you have all the resources you need, little raccoon. Raccoons are very dexterous? Their hands, they're nimble. They're amazing what they can do, raccoons. Have you ever watched a raccoon eat a grape? It's adorable. Oh my gosh. Everything you need is in front of you. You may feel that you're running around scurrying and worrying that you don't have everything just right, or everything isn't exactly the way you have to have it, Mr. Perfectionist, Miss Perfectionist, OCD person. But don't be freaking out. Don't be causing your own drama. You're making it more complicated than you need to make it. Don't worry that there's not going to be enough next week or the next year. Live in the moment. You may have to dig around. You may have to sell some things. You may have to improvise. You may have to, tighten up your budget a little bit. But you need to trust that Spirit's helping you. They're telling you this. This is why you can do that. Use your brain. Use your intuition. Use your spiritual gifts. Use your messages. And use what you have. Maybe you won't see it in front of you right at first, but Spirit will help you uncover whatever it is that you need. And sometimes when you pay attention to a thought that pops into your head, that's exactly where you're meant to go. And you're just like, oh my God, why did that just come to mind? I do that all the time. I'll say to angels, okay, help me. Where did I put it? Help me and then I just go on automatic pilot, because it's kind of like getting in your car and going to work. You don't think about how to drive there every day. You know how to get there. It's in there. So follow the hunch. And if you don't immediately get where you're meant to go, don't freak out. Sometimes things need to be course corrected. And don't go forward in absolute terror, full of anxiety. You need to relax. You need to ask Spirit to calm yourself down, because you're not going to be able to think things through if you're overanalyzing, if you're going to a place of fear, if you're going into a place of panic. So trust, yes, what you need is going to show up. If it's work that you're worrying about, don't worry about it. Spirit's telling you. We will guide you. You follow your action steps, we'll make it work out. So relax and realize that what you need is going to turn up. This is about using your ingenuity. This is about using your dexterity. There it is. There's the word, dexterity. You are clever. And you're stealthy. Sometimes, as we got before, we're not meant to share or show and tell. Okay? Think about that. Sometimes it's under the cuff. Okay, so if we were doing this the way I said it at first, this is what Spirit wants us to know. They want us both to know, because I'm doing this for me and my twin. They want us to know that the most important thing is truth and integrity. Or if you guys are doing this for your star signs or whatever you're doing, you know which pile is for you. It's important to speak your truth. They're naked, they're open, they're vulnerable. The color is blue. And speak your truth to Spirit. What is it you truly want? But you can't get clear on that unless you find out for yourself what it is that you truly want. So maybe sometimes we need to ask Spirit to help us. Focus on what it is, I've got my mind on so many things right now. What is it that, what is in my highest good, and that is something that I'm really longing for? Because sometimes I get so confused. I've got so much work I've got on my mind. I'm tired. And then I got to get clear. And then I ask Spirit, and I'm honest. And don't think that it's wrong if you're asking for money. Don't think it's wrong if you're asking for sex. Don't think it's wrong. We haven't had any sex in our marriage, and I'm dying for it. Don't think it's wrong that I want to kiss somebody that's a great kisser. That's important to me. I will tell you. For me, I want someone who's interested in spirit and learning. I want someone I'm sexually compatible with. I want to feel that rush. I want to be able to be in that room and forget the entire world with just me and him. I want someone who loves animals. I want someone who loves nature. I want someone who accepts me for my flaws and my insecurities and knows that I will for them as well. I want someone who's loyal, someone who's honest with me. They don't have to be perfect. I'm certainly not perfect. I want someone who's going to tell me their fears and trust me when I say I'm here for you. I want someone to forgive me when I'm wrong and know that I will forgive them. But truth and integrity is honest. So Spirit is asking for this. If you've been disappointed, if you've been let down, you don't want to open your heart up. Look at their arms are crossed. Her arms are crossed. This one's covering their eyes. Don't do that. You're perfect just as you are. Don't hide your body. Don't turn the light off. You don't have to have alcohol in you before you have sex with your boyfriend or your husband. You don't have to hide your body before you go outside. You can go to the beach. You can go hiking. You can join that class. You can go to the gym and not have the perfect body. Why do you think people go to the gym? A lot of times people go to the gym to show off. You're there to work out. Don't worry about what you look like. You're doing what you're meant to do. Expose your feelings. Expose your truth. You know what? We know who you are anyway. Remember the song? You're watching your back like you can't relax. and you're trying to be cool, but you look like an idiot that way. That's what makes you look foolish. Don't make things so complicated. Stop acting like you're someone else. Be who you are. Be open, truthful, honest. If you've been disappointed, maybe you've lost faith in others, even in spirit, in yourself. But you have to hold on to your faith. Spirit's saying, this is what Spirit's asking for us. Hold on to your faith. And trust yourself. You are a part of me, Spirit says. We're working with you. And even if you've made the mistakes in the past, everyone has. Is there one person in this entire planet that has not made a mistake? There is not one. The most perfect person that you know, in the most loving marriage, the most great, wonderful relationship, they've fucked up. Yes, they have. They've said mean things. They've done something wrong. Yes, they have. So ask Spirit to help you. Recognize, I'm not infallible and I don't need to be infallible, because that's what they're saying. You are perfect spirit creatures, but you are inhabiting imperfect human suits. You can't control everything that happens in this imperfect human suit. You have outside things that happen. Spirit knows that. They recognize that. Spirit's going to help you trust in them again and trust in yourself again. Just give it a shot. What do you have to lose? Trust in what Spirit's saying. Truth. Morals, honesty, integrity. These are the important things. Spirit wants you to know, wants us to know, that it's okay. Do you know what I had last night when I was at the movie theater? I got an egg croissant because I was ravenous. And I was getting ready to go. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to the movies. And this is my Mother's Day treat with my daughter. And I'm going to treat myself. And yes, I'm concerned with how I eat. I'm a vegetarian and I'm very healthy with what I eat. Yes, I eat eggs. I'm not a vegan. I'm very healthy with the way I eat, and I'm very healthy with what I put in my body. But I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you this video because it's funny.
I'm sorry. Look at this. Okay, check this out. This is the theater. So I didn't. How do you do it? I don't know how to make mine work. There's a button on the side. These seats recline. Show me inside. Oh, check it out. Check it out. Look at this.
I gotta show you what I ate.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
I know, that's why I don't go to the other crap
Check it out.
theaters.
And I haven't had dinner, so
My croissant.
Look at, you can
chocolate.
I ate that whole thing. I ate that whole freaking thing. It's called chocolate decadent, whatever, the cake. I ate the entire thing, and it was damn good. And I don't care. Because that's what Spirit's saying. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up. It's all right to have a little bit of indulgence, right? We all do. Think about Thanksgiving and Christmas time when you gorge. Oh, my word. Don't beat yourself up. Every once in a while, it's good to do something. You just have to be in a place of balance. It's all about balance. Don't overdo it. Whether you're having a drink, my daughter had a drink last night. She wasn't getting hammered. She had a drink. I didn't drink. I was driving. Any substance. You're somebody that smokes pot? Good. It relaxes me. You're not doing it 24/7. You are able to hold a job, right? If you're going to go out and buy something for yourself, and this time it's a little bit extravagant because, I wanted to do that. I thought to myself, I deserve it. And you do. So all you have to do is remember not to allow it to go to a place of overindulgence, right? It's all good. It's all natural. It's all healthy. Don't be ridiculous. Don't do it, and then don't do it like I did, and beat yourself up. Because my daughter said last night, I said, are you, then when we parted ways, then she had to drive home. And I said, are you okay to drive? And she goes, Mom, I had one drink, and it was super weak, and all it did was make me fat. Because now she's starting to think, I shouldn't have had that because of the sugar and the alcohol. Don't do that. I didn't. I enjoyed that cake. It was damn good, and I slept like a rock last night. It was good. So don't deny yourself. Just keep yourself balanced, right? And do it in ways that are nourishing. It feels good. It made me feel good. I'm not a shopaholic. I'm not a fucking stoner. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not an overeater. I'm not any of those things. But any of those things in balance is fine. And that's what Spirit wants you to know. Okay? If you chose the way I chose. Gosh, I'm bummed. Oh my luck! Again! Spirit wants you to know again that this situation involves marriage. Are you getting married? Maybe you're getting married. Maybe you're getting engaged. Maybe you've got to work on issues about marriage because that's what's blocking you in your love life. Maybe you've got to look at a past marriage and what you went through. Is there something? What comes up to you when you see this card? Do you get excited? I got excited. I did. I didn't look at that and get worried. I looked at that and I got excited. So if you looked at that and saw he doesn't look happy, well then maybe you ought to examine what's going on. Are you both supposed to be in this relationship? Are you where you're meant to be? Maybe you're going to meet someone at a wedding. You're going to a wedding, somebody in your family's getting married. It's exciting. It's wonderful. Maybe you got to look at your parents' marriage. Your parents' marriage has done a number on you. Whatever. What are the things that come to mind when you look at this card? I'm not going to tell you. It's your message. You figure it out. There's all kinds of different things that could come up. Funny that we just got this. So emphasis. So to me, that's emphasis again. So if this was one of your cards that you just got, then this is double emphasis. And whenever we have emphasis on something, we have to pay attention. Yes, validating that you're going to get married. Yes, you're going to meet somebody at this wedding. Yes, you've got to do work on your marriage. Yes, you've got to examine your beliefs about marriage because your parents' beliefs they don't have to be your beliefs. As I said, this looks like an older couple, right? I mean, back in the older days. It's definitely not, I mean, I would dress that way because I think it's cool. But if this is an actual wedding photo and that's the way people dressed, maybe this was their grandparents. This was happened. My parents were forced to be married. In my life, it was chosen for me. It was. That's the way it was done. I don't like it. So maybe that's your culture, and that's what expected of you, and you're going to go outside of that. You're not allowing that to happen. I'm sorry. I disagree. Maybe that's the way you've lived your life, Grandma, but that's not how I live my life. I'm going to marry the love of my life. I'm not going to grow up and be miserable like my mom and dad did because you forced this to happen to them. My dad's gay, and you knew it from the beginning, and he wanted to be with the person that he loved, and he wasn't allowed. And because of that, both of my parents were miserable, and I grew up in a dysfunctional family. That will not happen to me. Wow, that just came out, so that belongs to somebody. And maybe you need a marriage counselor. Maybe you want to do what my best friend and her husband did. They did something really wonderful. And it was for them for love and for fun. And it was the best thing she says that they have ever done since they've been together. They went away on a couples retreat. And it was about couples, working with couples. And it renewed their love and it was strong. And I'm going to get emotional for her. They reminded each other of who they fell in love with and why they have fought so hard for this to be together. That this was the love of my life. And I've told her, when I am together with the love of my life, I even said it in my last relationship. And I know that last relationship was short. It was spiritually connected and it was orchestrated for just a time. And it was meant to be that length of time. But I said to Spirit, please don't let me forget how badly I wanted this. Please don't ever let me take this for granted. And I never did. And and that's a prayer that I would ask every single day for the love of my life. And please don't ever let me forget how bad I fought for this. How badly I wanted this. And don't ever let them ever feel that I don't love them. I don't want them ever to feel unloved or that I don't appreciate everything that they do, even if sometimes I don't say it. Remind me. So in your marriage, do you need to look at this? Or in your relationship? Because if you want to have a marriage, maybe you're just dating. Or maybe you're just looking to go into a partnership. You need to go in saying, I want this marriage to last. This is going to be the last time I ever get married. You are the love of my life. And I will put a focus on the fact that I want you to feel cherished and loved and that you have my devotion. Whether we go through ups and downs and fights and arguments, never forget how much I love you. You go in with that. And you ask for that, and you continue to ask for that, and you work on your marriage because marriage is work. And that's what you will have. Whatever relationship you've been in, maybe this is the end of your marriage. And that happened for a reason too, because your soul contract is done. So don't beat yourself up. Because sometimes a soul contract is done. It's over. You've learned a lesson, and that's just what was meant to happen. Maybe you did marry somebody because you were like me. It was arranged, and you realize that's not in my highest good. I'm not putting my children through this. I'm not staying in this marriage for the sake of the children. It's wrong. And I'm going to ask for a divorce, and I am not going to beat myself up because I am freeing both of us by doing this, by being honest, truth, and integrity. Whatever this means to you. Spirit wants you to know that. You will not be judged for that. Spirit wants you to know you get ready for a big breakthrough because there's about to be an amazing transformation taking place in your life. That's exciting. That's something to look forward to. And this is, we've had confirmation of this, but this is Spirit talking to us right now. Spirit is saying, get yourself ready. You might have to go through some challenges, right? Because as a butterfly struggles to get out of the cocoon, it's not easy. When a child is born, it's difficult. It can be painful. But we want you to hold positive expectations because it's going to be beautiful. Whether you're in the dark night of the soul about to emerge from this cocoon, look at like my screen is dark. Things haven't quite lightened up yet. You are in the process of coming out of that. This could be a self-imposed prison that you've been holding yourself in. A cocoon that you've wrapped yourself up in. But Spirit's asking you to come out. You're being guided to come out. You don't need to feel restricted anymore. You're not a victim. You're not a martyr. You are not in prison. You're making choices. And Spirit's helping you do this. It's always darkest before the light. It is. It really is. And every day we've got something new that's transforming within us. Every day we have something that we learn. There's smaller cycles within larger cycles within larger cycles. Everything is a cycle. As I said, if there was a marriage that ended, when one door closes, another one opens. Your life is not over. Somebody in your life dies. Your life goes on. You grieve, love them, allow the feelings to go, and then you hold on to the beautiful memories. This is a rose that reminds me of my mother. I wish that was bright enough for you to see how gorgeous it is. And I remember the beautiful things. And yes, there's tears, but there's beautiful things. My life is not over. My life is here, and I don't have to feel guilty. If my friend died and I didn't, it wasn't, you hear that a lot. It should have been me. No, it shouldn't have been you. If it was you, if it should have been you, it would have been you. Your life contract wasn't up. Your life is supposed to move forward. So stop living like you're dead. Start moving forward. And even though it can be frightening and it can be, somebody said to me this morning, I'm about ready to move forward on my path and I'm scared. I said, don't be scared, be excited. Have it be nervous energy. Tell yourself you're excited. Oh my gosh, I've got excited butterflies. That's what you say, butterflies in my stomach. It doesn't have to be fear, it's excitement. Yes, you're uncertain, but that's what makes it exciting. You don't know what's around the corner. Spirit's not going to tell you every step of the way. We're supposed to live our life. It's a journey. When I moved to Wisconsin, I had no idea what was going to happen. It was terrifying, but it was exhilarating at the same time, and it was the best thing I ever did. It's where my soul family was. You don't know what's coming for you. You don't know how amazing your life is. If you embrace it and go after it, you don't know what's waiting for you. Grab a hold of it. Take that leap of faith. Spirit's here. This is your rebirth, a reincarnation. Remember, something that was dead is about to burst back to life, and it's you. It's your life. Allow your life to be full of color and excitement. Be vibrant, happy, and joyful. This is coming from Spirit, if you chose the way I chose. We're over an hour. This is ridiculous, the readings that I do, I swear, you guys. This is what's coming, if you did it with the way I did it. This is what's coming in the next week. Harmony! Yay! That's my favorite word. I always wanted to get married in the town of Harmony. I did. It's my favorite word. This one, if you can see with this dark screen, they're playing a musical instrument and their wings are full and there's flowers in the field and they're in the forest. They're making music. Something is resolved. Some kind of a conflict is resolved because harmony is when peace is there, a resolution, a situation that was bothering you, that was painful. It's come to a peaceful, happy conclusion or resolution. Spirit knows that you are a gentle, loving soul, that you have peace in your heart. And they're telling you that this is the beginning. Look at the light. Remember, it's darkest before the dawn. Well, the light is just coming through those trees. This is the dawning of a new day. It's just beginning. So shift your perspective from where you are, from where you were focused, to what's coming. Look at the color. Oh, I wish you guys could see. I'm so bummed that this is dark. There must be a reason that it's dark, because maybe we're not quite there yet, right? And Spirit's showing you, but it's still through a lens. It's not quite there yet. This is the color of your sacral chakra. You can do anything you set your mind to. Yes, you can, and you are worthy. Look at the color of yellow in there as well. This one is connected to the sun and the moon at the same time, your intuition, and to happiness and growth. New beginnings. There's flowers everywhere. I love the forest. I love the forest flowers. Oh. You are an earth angel. Remember that. You are an angel walking. You deserve this. You've got a team with you. Hold that highest energy within you. This is when conflict starts to drop away and a resolution is there. There's a clean slate. The truth is there. Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe the truth is going to come. That's what one of my messages was. I was about to have something revealed to me. Clarity on a situation that was troubling me. Now remember the resolution for this harmony, it's harmony for you. I'm not going to agree to what my family is saying. I'm leaving my marriage. I'm leaving these people that I associated with. I'm leaving my job. But it's bringing peace and harmony into my life because I'm doing all of these things. I'm following my spiritual path because I want harmony in my life. Look, that's my goal. Harmony. 18 people live in this little town. It's right by Cambria, where I love, on the California coast. It's right by up here. Harmony. I keep focused on what it is that I want. And that's what Spirit says is coming for us. Yay! In this week, there's harmony. You're going to be feeling harmony within yourself. Some aspect. There's harmony with my daughter and I. My daughter and I were having trouble. We're doing great. There's harmony there. So it's already here for me. Thank you. And Spirit wants to know that this week, your intuitive and psychic abilities can be trusted. We've already been shown that. We already got that earlier in one of our readings, in one of these messages. So Spirit, again, this is confirmation again that you can trust what you're getting. You can trust what's coming through to you. And you can trust that, yes, your psychic abilities are growing. You're beginning to learn more. When will I ever? Don't worry. When? It's coming. They're very, very strong right now. Whatever you're picking up when I'm doing this reading, yes, that is the truth. What your intuition is telling you is important. And you're being encouraged, not just encouraged, urged to pay close attention to what you are feeling and sensing. Your body is the biggest barometer. What is your body feeling? Trust your instincts, not what other people tell you, not even what you see in the physical. Use your third eye, your spiritual sight. What are your dreams telling you? You're going to know about people, about situations. You're going to know the course of action to take. And it doesn't even matter. Well, the statistics show that this type of a situation doesn't work out. Fuck the statistics. It doesn't matter. And you know what? Sometimes the statistics say that this is what you should do. But it doesn't work for you. If it doesn't feel right for you, it's not. It doesn't matter what anyone else says or does. It doesn't matter what anyone else can prove to you. Because sometimes it's not about what it logically should be. It's what it feels. Your soul is guiding you. Pay attention to your soul. In this next week, it's important. In this next week, yay! Well, for me, I've already had a reconciliation, right? But I'm holding on to another because you know what? This is saying that it's happening this week. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Now, someone from your past may be returning to your life for a reconciliation. And yes, we talked about what a reconciliation is. A reconciliation is to come together to figure something out. This could represent, however, that the love of your life is coming back, Sherry. The first person you think about is likely who it will be. I already got this week. I got it. I already heard that. And now it could be, as I said, that you have to come to a resolution between the two of you. It's about closing a chapter of the past. It's about healing the past so that you can understand yourself and relationships for the future. So maybe I'm all excited thinking something's going to happen and it's not going to go the way I think. But it's meant to happen the way it's meant to happen. It's going to help my life. And they want you to take an active role in this. They want you to take responsibility for your part. And the other will take responsibility for their part. And if they don't, it doesn't matter. This is your life. What do? You want to let go of any unforgiveness, any guilt, any blame for yourself or the others. As I said, The reconciliation may be to say, hey, this is what I'm going to do. Nice knowing you, but I'm out. It could be. It's all about unfinished business. This could be about, like with my daughter and I, making peace with a family member. I like that. I don't like it when we have problems. Nobody wants to fight. Nobody wants arguments. It feels good to have a positive energy. We had so much that we had to tell each other that we hadn't told each other. We were both dying to do it. You know you both love each other. You've got so many things you want to share. Could be a friend. It could be a family member. It could be your lover. It could be someone coming back from the past. So be open to the reunion and the lessons and the blessings, even if it feels painful. Sometimes it's going to hurt. But ultimately, it's about healing. This is what Spirit's telling you. That's coming this week. Oh my gosh. It's good for me. I know it's good for me. Just by looking at the Lynx. Because the Lynx is the keeper of secrets. And remember, I was being shown that I was going to be told something. I was going to be enlightened by something. That was one of my presents. See, the fact that I call it a present, that wasn't a mistake. It's positive for me. I listen to what my voice says, what comes out of my mouth. I know what my higher self is telling me, even when I don't maybe know the answer. So look beyond the immediate appearances Spirit is saying. You're missing something. You're focusing on something on the outside. So Spirit wants you to blur your vision. Don't look. Feel. Go in. What are you hearing from Spirit? Pay attention to what you're hearing from the outside, from all of the messages that we get. I'm getting... Oh, it's so damn dark. I wish I could get close. If you guys could see this. Ugh, so sorry that this is dark. I'm getting that the phoenix is being reborn. The phoenix is rising. That's what I'm getting. That's what my higher self has told me and shown me. Something is blossoming. It's good. I'm holding positive energy. Pay attention to what's on the outside. Sometimes it's not obvious. And right now with this card, it isn't obvious. There's more to the story than meets the eye. It's not what you think. So get away from, if you're trying to figure this out, get away from the overanalyzing. Get away from the noise of the outside world and just get peaceful. Go into nature. It's the best place to go. Close your eyes. Have a nap. Go into meditation. What is it that you're feeling? Take note of everything. What you see, what you feel, what you overhear, what you smell. Sometimes smells will tell you things. And then you hear the deeper truth. As I said, the Lynx is the keeper of secrets. Remember, there may be something that you're not going to share. And that's important for me. Something is a secret. And that's okay. Respect that, because this is confidentiality. This is stealth. This is privacy. This is very important for me, and I'm hearing that. I understand that. This is going to be private. What does it mean for you? The Lynx has very, very big paws to help them walk across the snow. They can go in deep, deep snow drifts and not sink because of the way their paws are built. Snow is frozen emotion. This Lynx knows how to walk across frozen emotion. This Lynx may be coming out of frozen emotion. Notice the tufts of hair on the Lynx's ears. That's your psychic antennae. Pay attention. Feel your way through this. Feel your way through this. That is my message to me and my twin. Feel your way through this. It's not about anything but your feelings. Sometimes people get lost in the words and forget the feelings. I made that up, and I love that saying. It's mine. Feel your way. It's all about the way you feel. Isn't that a song? Feel your way. There is that in the song. I know it. Okay, you guys, we're at 1 hour and 13 minutes and 46 seconds, and this reading is done. I hope you enjoyed it. It's probably longer than our weekly reading, or maybe this should be our weekly reading. I don't know. Have a beautiful Mother's Day, all of you. I love you, and I'm excited for this week.